All right, today we're talking about a major breakthrough, something that could totally change our fight against one of the world's deadliest diseases. We're talking about an AI that can literally see the invisible, finding cancer years before a person even feels sick. So how on earth is this possible? Let's get into it.
Okay, so to really get why this is such a game changer, you've got to understand the problem doctors have been up against for, well, forever. It's the limits of what we can see. And with cancer, timing is absolutely everything.
For decades, medicine has pretty much been reactive, right? We wait for symptoms to show up, a lump, some weird pain, a cough that won't go away. But by the time those signs appear, the disease can already have a serious head start. And that makes treatment so much harder. It's been this frustrating cycle for a really long time.
But what if? What if we could just flip that whole script? Completely. What if we didn't have to wait for the warning signs? What if tech could give us a head start, not just by a few months, but maybe even years? That one question, that's what's driving this whole revolution in medical science.
And the answer to that huge question? Well, it's a totally new approach. Seriously, it's something that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction, but it's becoming real right now. It's called the molecular sentinel.
So what exactly is this thing? Well, to put it simply, it's this incredibly smart AI system that acts like a tiny guard, watching over your body at the molecular level. It doesn't need to see a big tumor on a scan. Nope. Instead, it hunts for the faintest biological whispers of disease, all from just a single drop of your blood.
And I really want to be clear here. This isn't some pie-in-the-sky idea for 2050. This is actually happening in labs today. Scientists are testing it, they're refining it, and it is already showing some absolutely incredible promise.
Okay, so that's the what. Now for the how. How in the world can an AI find cancer in a tiny drop of blood? Well, it all comes down to knowing exactly what to look for and looking for things humans just can't see. Think of the AI as the ultimate detective. See, tumors, even microscopic ones, they shed these tiny little fragments into our bloodstream. It's like they're leaving behind a trail of breadcrumbs. We're talking about things like circulating tumor DNA, little bits of genetic code that break off, and specific proteins that only cancer cells make. The AI's job is to find these clues and piece them together into complex patterns that are completely invisible to you, me, or any doctor looking through a microscope. And here's where the power of AI really blows your mind. A human researcher, they could spend a lifetime, literally a lifetime, trying to sort through all this data. But this AI, it can sift through millions of these biological signals from that one drop of blood in just a few seconds. The scale and the speed are they're superhuman. There's no other way to put it.
So the whole process is actually pretty straightforward when you break it down. It starts with a simple blood draw. That's step one. Then the AI gets to work, scanning that single drop for millions of different signals. Step 3, it finds those hidden, super subtle patterns that point to cancer. And boom, step 4, the disease gets detected, potentially years earlier than we ever could before. And this is a great way to think about the difference. Traditional scans, like MRIs or CT scans, they're amazing technologies, but they have a limitation. They need a tumor to be a certain size before they can actually see it. So they often miss those critical early stages. This AI blood analysis, though, it's designed specifically to find the disease at its absolute beginning, when it's just a whisper.
The ripple effects of a technology like this are just profound. We're not just talking about a better test. What we're witnessing is a fundamental shift in how we approach medicine altogether. We're moving away from reaction and towards true prevention. It really feels like the dawn of a whole new era. Just think about this shift. The past was all about reaction, right? Waiting for symptoms, which often led to a late-stage discovery and really difficult treatments. The future? This is all about prevention. Analyzing blood signals to get a diagnosis years early, leading to faster, safer, and much more effective options for patients.
And this isn't just a concept. It's already being applied to some of the most common and deadliest cancers out there. Scientists are using this exact approach to find the earliest signs of things like lung, breast, and colon cancer. These are diseases where catching them early makes a world of difference in survival rates. The potential impact here is just massive.
There's a quote from the research that I think just says it all perfectly. This breakthrough could completely change cancer treatment. It's not just a small step forward, it's a potential game changer for everything.
So what's the big takeaway here? Why does this matter to all of us? Well, it all boils down to building a healthier future. We're talking faster diagnoses, safer procedures, and much more accurate results. And all of that translates directly into the most important thing of all, more lives saved.
That's the real goal, right?
And that really leaves us with one last powerful question to think about. Just imagine, what will our world actually look like when we can find diseases like cancer, not when they're raging, but before they even truly start? It's a future that, right now, we're just beginning to build.